right, folks, here we are at Nashville on a Monday. First time IndyCars run on a Monday, and I don't know how long. 32 laps to go. Alex Palou leads. Joseph in second here at Nashville. We're about to go back underway. Palou, Joseph, Felix, Malukas, Ericsson, the top five, all oval specialists. Through 3 and 4. Palou goes. Green flag is out. We're back underway at Nashville. 31 to go. Palou didn't get the best of starts. We got a decent enough gap to Joseph. Felix got caught napping. They're side by side for fourth. It's chaos on back behind him. Marcus Ericsson looking to go around Felix for third. He has gotten by Malukas and Felix, and now Ericsson looking for second place. Marcus Ericsson into second for the moment, but side by side with Joseph, they nearly come together. Those are the two that fought it out of Gateway. Joseph takes second back. Palou with a good 4/10 advantage. It's Joseph now trying to get back to him. Palou's on the hards. He's not on the softs. Palou around the outside of Mick for sixth. Now we're single file as Scotty Mack rolls around the outside of Kiffin. Shades of last year at the end of the race. Scotty Mack gets by Kiffin. Now he's going to the outside of Mick. Looking to get 2 for 1 special. Scotty Mack gets by Mick as well. Joseph now looking to the inside of Palou. The gap is 2/10. Palou's not on the preferred tire. He's at a disadvantage. But can his driving talents hold off these oval specialists? He has never won here at Nashville. But Joseph has, and the hometown boy is hunting him down with 28 to go. Marcus Ericsson in third. David Malukas in fourth. Felix fifth. Pato sixth. Then Scotty Mack now into seventh. Palou hanging on. It's been tough to pass all day in this hot Nashville sun. David Malukas right on the back of Ericsson. He pulls to the outside for third. David Malukas. Ericsson side by side on the one. Still dead even. Give third to Malukas. Ericsson nearly hit the wall. Ericsson in trouble. Felix to the outside of him now. And Felix is by into fourth. Now Pato charging on Ericsson. Pato to the outside. For fifth on Ericsson. Nearly come together. They nearly crash in turn 1, but they stay straight. Santino has passed Stingray. That's for 13th. Kyle Kirkwood into the top 10. 25 to go, and Palou still leads, but Joseph is catching him. Gap still 1.5. It's getting a little bit less and less, but Palou was better through 2 that time. Felix in fourth. Marcus Ericsson has faded back to fifth. Palou in the middle. Off of turn 4. Decent gap to Joseph. 24 laps left. Joseph to the bottom. Palou trying to block his line off. They were about even there off of turn 2, it looked like. David Malukas hanging in the wings as well. He's half a second behind Palou. Joseph not close enough off of turn 4. 23 to go. Not close enough. Now, back on board with Scotty Mack on the outside of Mick. This is for 7. Scotty Mack, so close to getting by Mick, he gets him into turn 2. That's for 7. And now Scotty Mack pulls away from Mick. He's going to try and get his way up into the battle for the lead. It's David Malukas is closing. David Malukas on the back of Joseph, but he can't make the pass. 22 to go. It looks like Palou is okay. God, Mom's going to come in a second. Palou is okay. Joseph now has a good gap to Malukas as Malukas bounces off the bump in turn 4. 21 to go. Into turn 1. Scotty Mack has got him by Pato. He's on the charge. He's looking to get Marcus Ericsson here for fifth. And he's right on the back of him. Back to the lead. Palou with a good gap. Scotty Mack flying to the outside of Erickson off of 4. Can't quite get him. Now to the inside on the front stretch. They nearly come together. Erickson nearly puts Scotty Mack below the yellow line. Scotty Mack clears into 1 for 5th. Scott McLaughlin is flying. He hasn't won since Milwaukee in 2024. Trying to get his first win in nearly 2 years. And he's up to 5th with 19 laps to go as Palou still is managing the gap to Joseph and Malukas. This is Iowa, race 2 all over again. But there's no caution to catch out Joseph and Malukas this time. Palou was better off of 4 there. Joseph slipped up. He's going to be vulnerable to Malukas into 1. Malukas trying to close. Not close enough. It doesn't look like Joseph has the car. Into turn 3. Palou managing the gap. 0.3 of a second. Alex Palou hanging on. Scotty Mack is closing in on Felix. They're about 1.5 seconds behind Palou. As now there's a lap car coming up. A lap car in front of Palou. This may cause some chaos. I think it's Graham. Very slow on the bottom is the lap car. Palou and he got sideways. Graham holds him up a little bit. Now can Joseph get by us? Scotty Mack's up to 4. He rolls around the outside of Felix. Penske 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and Scotty Mack easily clears Graham. Malukas has fallen back way behind. He's now 1 second behind Palou, and Scotty Mack is rolling. He is catching David Malukas. Scotty Mack with a big-time run, trying to get in the fight for the win. He's made up 8 places since the start of the restart. Alex Palou holding off Penske for now. 0.5 second gap to Joseph with 13 laps left. Or 14 laps left. Palou a little bit high there. Joseph gained a tiny bit through 2. Scotty Mack now looks like he's stalled out. Now there's 13 to go as we head to 4. 13 laps left at Nashville. Palou on the second lane. Joseph on the bottom. Now Joseph's closing a little bit. It was under 0.2. Now Palou a little bit better down the back. It's back up to 0.3. Joseph now runs high. Off of turn 4 again. 12 laps to go. And maybe Joseph has unlocked something because he was closing down the front stretch. He goes back to the bottom in 1 and 2. Palou runs high. Joseph is catching Palou again. Malukas as well, and Scotty Mack as well. Joseph runs high in 3 and 4, trying to diamond the corner a bit. 11 laps to go. They're about even, but they're starting to strung together. They're starting to catch back up. Palou, Joseph off of 2. It looked like Palou was better. Joseph looked like nearly got the wall. Back up to 0.4 in the turn 3. Joseph back up high as we got a car pitting. It looks like Graham again. 10 laps to go. About 0.4 of a second between each of these cars. 10 laps. Malukas runs the bottom. But everyone else runs the top. Malukas close to Joseph here. Now Joseph back to the bottom. 9 to go. Felix maybe catching. He's falling back to 2.5. 9 laps left. Scotty Mack runs high. Malukas in the middle. Joseph in the middle. Palou gaining with 0.5 second now. The gap between him and Joseph for the lead. Will they catch the lap cars is the question. There's 8 laps left. Palou crosses the line. Foster's in turn 1. I think they're going to be okay. I don't think they're going to catch Louis Foster. 8 laps left. Half a second. And gaining now as Alex Palou is starting to dump some more pace into the thing. It looks like he had some left in the tank. He's pulling away again. 7 laps to go for Palou. Back on board with the 2. Palou running the bottom. Joseph now running the bottom. It's 7/10. The gap keeps getting bigger and bigger between Palou and Joseph. Alex Palou on hard tires is flying. He's pulling away from the soft tire Penske runners. It's 0.8 of a second as we go through 1 with 6 laps to go now. There are not many places where Alex Palou has not won in IndyCar. But many of the ovals, Alex Palou is not the best oval driver, but he is getting better and better. And that's what the rest of the paddock should be worried about, as with 5 laps to go, the gap is nearly up to a second. But now Joseph catching a bit as Palou is in the dirty air of Louis Foster. They are going to catch Louis Foster here. Palou running high. A little bit loose there. Palou, I think, had to lift off of 4. Joseph is catching and fast. 4 laps left. Scotty Mack has fallen back. It looks like he has lost all the pace he had. He won't be a factor. But it's Palou and Joseph as Palou is stuck behind Foster. The gap is now back to 0.5. It was a second. Now it's 0.5. If Palou can get by Foster, which he might right here. 3 to go. Palou to the outside of Foster. He's got him. And I think that might be the race-winning pass right there. And Joseph gets stuck behind Foster. He had to lift. That'll do it. Joseph a little bit of a hand wave. He's furious with Louis Foster in the cockpit. David Malukas might get second again. But Alex Palou has pulled away. And he is surely so close to win number 5 of the season. Will right there in front of Palou. He'll let Palou go. In the turn 3 for the second to last time. The gap is a second. Off of turn 4 with hard tires. Not the preferred tire. Alex Palou takes the white flag as the leader. Through 1 and 2. Alex Palou has only won at Indy and Iowa. That's the only 2 ovals he's won. But here on this 1.5 miles, on over a 90-degree day here in Nashville, he's going to get his 3rd career oval win. Alex Palou wins in Nashville. Win number 5 of 2026 for the perfect 10s and Alex Palou. His 13th win in the last 29 races. Wow. The yellows worked out perfectly for Alex Palou. And he held off Joseph Malukas to win at Nashville. And it looked like he had some left in the tank at the end of the race. Alex Palou hangs on to win. He's won 5 of the 12 IndyCar races this year. And we're going to commercial, because why not?
New Jersey. So he celebrates today in Nashville.
What a day for Spain. Alex Palou watched his Spaniards win the World Cup yesterday. And now here on this Monday afternoon, he wins in Nashville for the first time and gets through burnouts here for the 2nd straight year, because Nashville was the finale last year, and he got to do burnouts in the grass last year. And now this year, he's the outright winner on this hot summer day.
And take some donuts across the grass for good measure. Kevin Lee standing by with your race winner.
It's been quite a weekend for Alex Palou. Yesterday, you told me, we're okay, but I'm not sure we're winning car. How'd you win this race?
Teamwork, man, teamwork. Saturday, I was not that comfortable with the car, but Julian and everybody in the 10 car and CGR, they prepared a really, really good car for today. Beginning of the race, we're not very comfortable in traffic, but the last two stints, I was just super comfortable. So it was a close battle there with New Garden. Just seemed like he had so much speed, man, and I was flat out for like the last 30, 35 laps. So just awesome to win here. We were very close last year, but incredible to get to know him.
And you gained another 27 points on everybody else in the championship. And your home country won the World Cup. Have you had many better weekends?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool weekend for Spain, right? Like it was impressive what they did yesterday over the World Cup, and yeah, happy to top it off today on Monday. So my first ever win on Monday, never race on Monday, so it's very cool. Just wanted to say thank you to all the fans for sticking with us today. But at the track there was a ton of people today, so very cool. Thank you guys.
Alex Palou, win number 5 on the season, set to celebrate in Music City.
5th win of the year for Alex Palou, 24th in total. That ties Bobby Rahal and Ralph Di Palma. And now here's Joseph Newgarden.
On the track, but you seem a little bit frustrated. What's going on?
Yeah, good job by the demo crew, Team Chevy. It's just what we had today, so we'll finish second and go to the next one.
Couple of weekends off now. What are you going to get up to in that time?
Just rest, man. Get ready for the next one.
Thank you, Joseph. Georgia.
Lucas said it was the hardest race of his life. And you had someone riding with you on that. Yesterday you spent time in the hospital. Today you go last to third. What a masterful drive and so much to unpack. Tell us about it.
Oh my goodness, that was a team effort. I've never driven so hard in my life. I feel like I needed to do a proper recovery after that incident I made on myself. And I mean, this team, Verizon, everybody on board. Big thank you to John, my physio guy. I mean, he was, anytime I'm not in the car, he's massaging me, making everything, all my muscles start working again after they all cramped. So big thank you to John, to Sam, the local hospital here in Lebanon. Everybody works so hard. The AMR safety team, I mean, it's so cool to see when you have all these people work on a collective project. You can see it come to fruition, and it's going to happen. And what a result! I mean, we needed that for the championship. We're still there. It's a good result, good recovery. Big thank you to everybody. That was the hardest race of my life. Tried so hard, so hot, but things were looking so good. I had to keep pushing. So yeah, that's going to be one to remember.
Congratulations, David. Great job.
That was the best race of David Malukas' career, last to a third. And that's it from Nashville. Palou, Joseph, Malukas, Scotty Mack, Felix, the top 5. Then Ericsson, Pato. Mick Schumacher gets a top 10 on oval. In 8th, Kiffin 9th, and Kyle Kirkwood only manages to get back to 10th. Then Nolan, Renus, Santino, Grosjean, Stingray, the top 15. Lundgaard, Foster, and then here are the damaged race cars. Dixon, Graham, Will, and then Dennis, Rasmussen, Rossi, Marcus. And rounding out the field is the rookie at AJ Foyt, Kyle Collette. Palou leads the championship by 83 points now over David Malukas, who jumps up to second. Then Kirkwood third, 87 back. Lundgaard fourth, 104 back. And Pato rounds up the top 5, 121 back. And that is 150 IndyCar victories for Chip Ganassi Racing. About time for them. I can't believe they weren't at 150 sooner with how much they had dominance from Dixon and Dario and Dan Weldon with all of the drivers they've had. Kanan as well. But now with Alex Palou, the new dominant driver for Ganassi, they get to their 150th victory, and it comes here on a Monday at Nashville. Next IndyCar race is Portland. We're getting down to it. That's a few weeks from now. And Alex Palou is getting closer and closer to getting championship number 5 overall and his 4th in a row. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all later. RBL. Peace. Another day in Nashville, and it's Alex Palou back on top in IndyCar.